Okay, so like, fuck Best Buy. And like, I don't mean that as a customer, although I know that customers are not having the great experiences, judging from these reviews right here. But like, as an employee, man, I hate going to that place. And honestly, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I'm a very terrible sales person. I'm not okay. I'm not actually that bad. I have really good reviews on me. Here's the reviews on me, but I don't know. It's just I never really liked the job. I never really liked selling, but Best Buy in particular, terrible. And you know what? Today I'm going to be sharing my reasons why with you in this very unscripted manner. Okay, so first reason why I don't really like working at Best Buy, and it's really one of my biggest reasons, is the sales goals. I'm not, again, not really a big salesperson. I like to do, I like to help people, but selling, it's just a completely different beast. One of our goals is that for every $5,000, you have to open one credit card, and you know, I'm not. I know credit cards have been a really big thing recently. Well, it's a trend in retail. They're trying to open more and more of their store cards because they get money back when they use those cards. But still, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really like the idea that I have to pressure people into getting a card. Like one of the tactics really that we use is just we have to they want us to ask them why not? Why don't you want to open that card? Stuff like that. It just feels personal. I personally don't like doing that. But I do have managers that will do that, and I definitely have employees who are really aggressive like that. A lot of it is kind of just like yelling at you. So like for example, if you know a customer was buying, let's just say, a $500 laptop, and you ask them, "Hey, are you going to be using your Best Buy card?" They're like, "No," and you're like, "Why not?" You get 10% back as store credit, or you can get the 12 months no interest financing. It's completely free, man. I just need your license. We can sign you up. And then they're like, "No," and it's just like, "Why? Hey, why not?" I mean, again, you're getting that 10%. That's $50 back. You're just going to leave $50 on the table, yada yada yada. Conversation goes back and forth. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I get it. Like, business is business, but if a business model requires people to sign up for a Best Buy card or like a credit card in their store, I kind of question it. Another thing that's very important is for them to use that card because again, like I said, the store gets I think 2 to 3% back instead of having to pay merchant fees, and I have gotten in trouble before where I did not encourage them enough to use their existing Best Buy card. Which I mean, really, we're scrapping for 2 to 3% of the money that we can earn. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it could be different. There's got to be like a better way, man. Like the amount of people like when they pay off that card that I see in debt, just like $10,000 to $8,000 in that card. I have no clue how they're paying that off, and they're like showing up to the register like I'd like to make a payment. They pay like $50, the minimum payment. I know it's their responsibility to take care of their own credit, but I don't like the fact that that I'm encouraging them, to open this card and get themselves into more debt. It does not feel morally right for me. So aside from the credit cards, we also have something called paid memberships. So with the paid memberships, there's two. There's Best Buy Plus and Best Buy Total. The benefits of Plus is that you get free 2 day shipping, an extended 60-day return policy, and exclusive member pricing for 60. No, it's not 60. $50 a year. Then we have Best Buy Total. So Best Buy Total has the same benefits as Plus. Plus, it also includes free 2 year protection on everything that you buy, uh, free in-store services. So if you need to, let's just say, remove a virus, you can come in, get an appointment with Geek Squad, and then you're able to have that fixed. And 24/7 Geek Squad support. So if you ever have any issues online, it's late at night, we're closed, you don't feel like going to the store, you can always call us up, and we can always remote into your computer and try to fix whatever issues that you are having. So honestly, I don't really have that much issues with it comes to paid members. I definitely do see the benefits of Best Buy Total. Like let's just say you're not as tech savvy and you need some of that technical support. Having that 24/7 Geek Squad support or even in-store services. Let's just say you need to get software installed. It can be pretty useful, and I don't really mind that. I do have a little issue with Best Buy Plus because just we only have a 15-day return policy outside of the membership, and it kind of just strikes me as a little bit weird that we created a problem, which is the return policy that we are solving by having this membership that makes it 60 days, which seems like a more It seems like more of a reasonable return policy. So we created a problem, and you have to pay for the solution. Anyways, the efficiencies for these paid members is that you need to get one paid member, either a plus or a total, for every $3,500 that you sell, which it depends. It can be pretty easy depending if something is on a member deal. So let's just say there's a computer, it's like $500 off, and then it's like $50 off with a member deal. The membership's $50. You're essentially getting that membership for free. Is what we usually say to convince people to get it. But other than that, it's very rare for someone to really come back in store to do price matching with Plus. Anyways, like even if an item does go on sale, I wonder. There are not really many people check whether it does or doesn't. But you know what? You can make an argument that it can be useful. So I'm not gonna shit on paid members too much. So another reason why I don't really like working at Best Buy right now, and this is a problem shared across all retail, we are extremely understaffed. So it's gotten a lot better thanks to the holidays. We got the seasonals in, but after they're gone, this is usually how it works. When we open, there is only three people opening, one person at the registers, and the two people working at the floor, aside from the manager who's doing who knows what. I don't know. And then closing, usually the same thing. Two people on the floor, one person up front, the plus manager who has to close the building. It's I don't know if you guys know this. Two people running an entire store is not at all efficient. You're going to okay, so let's say someone has to go buy a fridge, right? That's gonna be a like 10 to 20 minute process. That leaves one person to take care of every other customer in the building. And if you think that's because you're not we are pretty busy. And actually, it doesn't even require that much people to be busy. If there's a if we have more than two people in the building and those two and our two employees are currently helping someone with either a fridge or a TV or whatever, it takes 10 to 20 minutes. We got that one person who has to wait 10 to 20 minutes for someone to free up. And that is assuming that no one else walks into a building. And then now we got that third person who has to go wait until those two are done, and then they also have to wait for the person in front of them. And let's just say they want to go buy a fridge, a computer, or whatever, and they have questions. Really, two people is not enough people to run a store. I do not know why the CEO Corey Berry, here's a picture of her, thinks that this is very efficient. Like, I don't know what corporate strategy that she is running, but we need more people on like a daily basis, bro. I think we have probably lost a lot of money with people walking out than we have like who knows whatever else loses us money, bro. So they did try to somewhat alleviate the problem with something called the queue system. The queue system, as you can probably guess by the word, is a queue, a virtual queue, where we have a host up front where a customer would go up to them, say that they need help. We put their name in the queue, and then all employees will go talk to that person who is running the queue, and they will guide us to whoever needs help next. So, sounds like a great system. Problem: customers don't exactly listen. So usually when they walk in, the person who's in the queue asks if they need help. They usually say no, and then they walk to whatever they need to go, looks around, and then now they need help because of course you do. We don't have computers just out in the open. You have to go get someone to unlock it. And well, they don't remember about the queue system, so they just kind of stand there for like an hour, and then they complain about not getting help. Which I don't know. I don't know if we should blame the customer. I mean, it depends if the person in the queue lets them know or not, or if you should blame the system. Either way, the queue system, it's only a band-aid to a bigger problem of being understaffed. In fact, actually, recently we had layoffs. Not in the store, but when it comes to installers, we no longer really have people who go and install things like TVs and fridges and appliances. Now that's a third party and separate teams, which has made the process so much more painful. I don't know how much Best Buy is actually saving money, how much money they are saving when it comes to no longer having these installers. But I'm telling you this right now, the installation process, I have lost sales because for some reason I cannot have two appliances come together to be installed just because they come from two different teams. It was so much easier when we just did it in house, but who knows? Okay, they just need Best Buy just needs to get their staffing straight, and they should really think about their corporate strategy. Because when I think of a Best Buy, at least back then, I think of their expertise. You know, you want to continue where your strengths are, and that's going to be where the expertise. And we're doing the complete opposite. We are cutting out people who know things, bringing in not exactly the best people. They just need to get their act together. The last reason I'm going to share about why I don't like working at Best Buy is going to be the lack of training. Now, they do train you on how to sell things, which that's useful for, I guess, but when it comes to actual product knowledge, not a fucking clue. Luckily, I mean, like most people, I guess in my generation, you know, I'm only in my I'm only like 21. The most people know a lot about computers, you know, like you can just quickly look at the specs of the computer, say what's different between one computer and the other computer. That's not a big issue. So when you're working at computers, brilliant. And TVs, they did train me on TVs, but honestly, it's really not that hard. It's just either TV looks good or TV doesn't look good. Buy soundbars so TV sounds better. It's really all there is in TVs. But appliances, at least for me, not a single fucking clue how to sell that, bro. I've had customers who walked up and they're like, "What's the difference between this fridge and this other fridge?" And I'm like, looking at the two fridges, they look exactly the same, and it's like the exact same brand, and I got no idea what the fuck the difference is, bro. I'm just like, look, this fridge, $1,000 fridge, ain't got that good cold, you know. It's gonna be the poor people cold, you know. Your food's not gonna be your food's gonna taste bad because the cold's too poor. But look, this $3,000 fridge, oh, look at that good quality cold. You know, it's the food's gonna go burr. Now it's not gonna spoil. You know, that's such a good quality cold. Like I have not a single clue what I'm talking about. I mean, let's be honest here. How many people here know the differences between like dryer number one that I'm gonna pull up random dryer here and then dryer number two, this other fucking random dryer over here? No, no idea. Neither do I. And what's also annoying is with this AI drive when it comes to like putting AI into your stuff. We have washing machines that's called like it has AI wash and AI dry. Why the fuck are you putting AI into your dryer and washer? And I've looked it up a little bit. Apparently, it's just like it optimizes the way the washer washes things, and it optimizes the way the dryer dries things, so you get a more dry, which sound stupid. And I'm sure there's also now refrigerators out there with AI that makes your cold colder or better. I don't know. Look, the lack of product training here at Best Buy, it's truly lacking. Thankfully, I did finally get some training like a year and a half after starting, and so I can now hold my own against appliances. I'm still not an expert. So if you ask me about like stuff like how like installation and things like that, not a clue, mate. I can tell you pricing, I could tell you anything else. If I could tell you the basic features like collapsible shelves and stuff like that, but not a fucking clue about anything that's actually more specific. I don't know. As you can see, the Best Buy experience isn't the best. I remember when I was a child back then, as a customer, walking around Best Buy, looking at the cool technology that they have, and oh, it used to be such a good experience. They used to have so much more people that was able to go help, and it's just kind of tragic what they devolved to today. Now they're just understaffed. They're more focused on trying to maximize profits, and look, I get that it's a business, but in the long run, all they're doing is they're losing all that good customer will that they had built up just to squeeze a few more dollars. With the way they're doing, I wouldn't be surprised if they or go bankrupt in the next 5 to 10 years. If, in my belief, if we just focused more on just trying to be experts instead, trying to have good training, people who know what they're doing, and continued having people that can go install things for people, or having we had this thing called leads back then too, where someone would go to your house and can give you advice on where to put things, how to set things up, what you can get. If we just focus more on that, I believe at least in the long term, the business would be so much more successful. Will it make as much money as it is now? Maybe not, but it would survive past the decade. Because again, we're just burning through customers' goodwill to just make a few more dollars, and it's not gonna last. And honestly, if I were you, I'd go look for somewhere else to work.